regular month. Alright, so I'm gonna try a bunch of new shit tonight. So, if it ain't funny, don't laugh.
Don't worry.
My sister's like the SPCA of men. They've been taking all strays, mutts. And the bad thing is, you know, people like my sister, you know, they like those bad boys. But those are the only people that they won't talk shit to. So like if he's whooping her ass and they call you, you gotta go over there, you gotta fight this motherfucker, and you get there, and then she's like jumping on you and while you trying to fight him. It's like, wait a minute. I'm gonna tell mom that you fight me because this motherfucker whooping your ass. So anyway, in politics, we got a black president. It's funny as hell to me now that we have a black president because white people don't know how to fucking act. And like white people think they're actually minorities now. They like marching, protesting, coming up with conspiracy theories, calling other white people crackers, saying the N-word out in public like they in a rap song and shit. So let me see. Tiger Woods, you know, I figured out what's going on with Tiger Woods. I figured out why white America is so upset with him because I wasn't sure why they were so upset with him about getting some pussy. But it's because he fucked up the American dream. A blonde hair, blue eyed, thin hip, small waisted, big titty white woman. Like even white girls are like, ooh, I want one of those. So, you know, they're upset about that. Like if OJ had killed Denise instead of Nicole, they'd still be looking for the killer. Like the Kardashian chicks, they're like fucking brothers like it's going out of style and ain't nobody said shit. They're like, ooh. White boys like, ooh, that's too much ass for us. Y'all can have it. So anyway, so anybody watched, heard about the Hank and Kendra situation? Kendra was one of Hef's hoes that married, got to play for the Eagles. So, you know, she married him and a sex tape came out. So, you know, I'm like, fuck. You know, Hank is living every man's worst nightmare. It's like we all know there was somebody before us, we just never want to be able to see that shit. Like, I know my girl sucked somebody else's dick before me, but I have never wanted to see that. And you know, and we as men, we get mad about the ex-boyfriend. We think, you know, fuck that motherfucker. But if your girl got skills, you should buy that motherfucker a drink. Every time you see him. Like, oh man, you taught her that shit? Thank you, bro. You are the fucking man. You know, my girlfriend hates that joke. She's like, I don't want my folks to think that, your folks to think that way about me. And I'm like, honey, you're white. My folks think that way about you. If you're a white girl with a brother, his folks assume that you walk around with his dick pinned to your lapel like a pacifier. Just so you know. So, you know, I work with a lot of women, and, you know, that's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. You know, I got this phone call one day. It was like, yeah, could you leave my wife alone? And I was like, fuck, who's your wife? I said, because, you know, if it's Heather in the county, she gives good head, so we might have to discuss that. And if it's Jillian in HR, she lets me fuck her ass, so we might talk about that too. Now, it's been Amy over in special projects. She just lays there, so, you know, that's no problem. But his wife was Katie, and they had 5 kids. And Katie didn't have 5 kids and was still hot. Katie had 5 kids and looked like she had 5 kids. And I was like, damn, you know y'all got 5 kids, right? It's like, ain't no vaginal rejuvenation surgery for that shit. So, let's see here. What else do I have today? I have some really random shit happen to me. Like, I was going home the other day and I saw this pimp walking 2 poodles. And I had to like pull over to the side of the road. I was like, bro, what's going on? He was like, you know, I'm just taking my bitches out for a stroll. You know, and then I was going to get some pizza the other night so I could get sober enough to get home. And this homeless guy stopped me and was like, hey bro, you got any change? And I was like, nah man, I ain't got no change. He's like, well, can I use your phone? And I was like, okay. So this dude proceeded to make a booty call on my phone. It was like, yeah, you know, I got $20 in a dub sack if you meet me over at the garage in 15 minutes. It's gonna take me 15 minutes to walk there. And I looked at him and I was like, damn, dude, if you'd have told me you need some money for some pussy, I'd actually gave you my $5. And that's been my time. Thank you, guys.